What is going on, guys? It's your boy Chris Cage coming at you 2 times, back with a special weekly race video. If you must know, this is being filmed on November 19th, 2019, because we were just hours away from this recording time, which is about let's say about 5-something p.m. Central Time. And we just came off the back of a Forza Horizon live stream that had just recently took place. Now, what I have originally planned was a 40-car shootout. But I decided to change my mind and then turn it over into another realistic versus fantasy on the 4-lane elimination track. And there's only one reason for that. What we're going to do is show y'all 2 teams of cars that are going to be racing against each other in this race. First things first, we have the fantasy side of things. Now, if you don't recognize some of these cars, you have to take a look at my new series on Instagram under IGTV called Mini Haul Series. I also have an Instagram highlight as well. Be sure you go into my profile for that. So yeah, go into my IG profile and then go find the highlights for mini hauls, and also go on to my IGTV series and look for mini hauls there. But now let's go over to the realistic side of things. There, the realistic side. You see a few vehicles that are staying in front of here. You know, the MR2, the FRS, and then the Toyota Supra. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am wasting no further time in telling y'all this. Toyota is back. Starting December 12th, 2019. Or it could already be December 12th when you're watching this video, or afterwards, that you'll get the chance to drive the Toyota Supra RZ via Update 17's live stream, where they will let you know when to get the Toyota car and if there are any other Toyota cars coming. Now, without further ado, it's time to get started with the weekly race as we begin it with round number 1 of today's contest. Good luck to the following team, who will come out on top in victorious fashion. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to begin round number 1, and here is your first matchup. We're going to have Willie Chair taking on the Scion FRS. And it's going to be the Wheelie Chair getting the win. Next up, we will have GT Hunter taking on the Subaru 22B Steve version. Subaru 22B Steve version gets the win. Next up, we have the Toyota MR2 taking on the 2020 Carbonator. It's going to go to the 2020 Carbonator. Alright, next matchup. It'll be the Highway Hauler 3 taking on the Volkswagen T2 pickup. Your winner is the Highway Hauler 3. Next up, we will have a promising Hot Wheels car called Warp Speeder taking on the Nissan Skyline GTR BCNR 33. It's going to go to Warp Speeder. Next up, we're having the ID version of Night Shifter taking on the Alpine A110. Alright, and the Night Shifter is going to get the win. In this matchup, we will see Super Blitzen, the ID version, take on Toyota Supra. Forgot to reset the clamp thing. It's time to race. Yeah, Toyota Supra almost had it, but it's going to go to Super Blitzen. In this matchup, we see a El Camino take on Grapple X24. Grapple X24 makes another realistic card eat its dust. In this next matchup, we have Mod Rod taking on the 2019 Mercedes-Benz A-Class. Mod Rod gets the win. Alright guys, we reached the halfway point. And in this matchup, we will see Audacious take on the 1991 Mazda MX-5 Miata. Oh, dearie me, look at that. Audacious with the win. In this next matchup, we will have the 2019 Carbonator take on the 71 Lamborghini Miura P400. Is it SV? P400, or yeah, okay, 71 Lamborghini Miura P400 SV. Just like the 2020 version, the 2019 one has also gotten a win. In this matchup, we see Formula Solar take on the Custom 18 Ford Mustang GT. Shut down again. Realistic cars are taking a huge beating this time. This weekly race might end up finishing rather quickly here. In this next matchup, we are going to pin the N-Case Treasure Hunt, which is Shark Cruiser, taking on the M3 E30 BMW. Finally, a win for Realistix as the BMW M3 E30 gets the win. In this matchup, we see the ID version of Arachnarod taking on the Datsun Bluebird 510. Arachnarod gets the win. In this matchup, we have Oval Drive taking on the 17 Audi RS6 Avant. And your winner is a 17 Audi RS6 Avant. In this next matchup, we will see Mad Manga taking on the Ford GT90. Mad Manga gets the win. In this next matchup, we will see the X-Racers Power Rocket take on the Nissan Skyline GTR BNR 32. Of course, one of my favorites, the Power Rocket, is going to take this one. In this next matchup, we will see Electrac take on the 71 Datsun 510 wagon. Destroyed again. Another realistic car gone, and an Electrac takes the win. In the second to the last matchup, we will see the Ford GT40 taking on the high-tech missile. Kicked him out. Winner, high-tech missile. And finalima, we have these two right here facing off against each other. In this final matchup, we will see Rally Finale taking on the Porsche 918 Spyder. Porsche 918 Spyder wins it, but regardless of that, take a look at what the fantasy cars side looks like. It's going to take some serious muscle, no pun intended, to take out this group of fantasy vehicles, as there's only 4 realistic cars. The 22B Steve, the M3 E30, the R6 Avant, and then the Porsche 918 Spyder. Round number 2 will be coming up right after this. Time for the second round to begin. This may end up being a short one. You never know. Here is your first matchup. We're going to see Willie Chair taking on this 98 Subaru 2TB Steve version. He parks himself way in there, and so the Willie Chair takes out an iconic Subi. In this next matchup, we will see the 2020 New Year Edition Carbonator take on the M3 E30. And yet, we forgot to take this guy out, so we kind of pushed him out. But the M3 E30 is going to get the win. In this next matchup, we see Highway Hauler 3 taking on the 17 Audi R6 Avant. And the Audi gets a tumbling, which means the Highway Hauler 3 is going to get the win. Next matchup, we see Warp Speeder take on the Porsche 918 Spyder. Warp Speeder takes the win. There is only one realistic car in this whole thing, because fantasy cars have been putting on a beating, a severe beating at that. The M3 E30 is going to now take on the Night Shifter. If the Night Shifter wins, this weekly race is over. And the Night Shifter is out. M3 wins. Now he has to take on Super Blitzen. Let's see if we can keep it going. Well, ladies and gentlemen, he lost. I've done a lot of realistic versus fantasy races, but I've never seen this many vehicles beat out a whole team. Because in round number 1, realistic car after realistic car after realistic car kept on flying off the track in elimination. And then fantasy cars just kind of tripled away. As we see here, 14 fantasy cars or fantasy castings are still standing. Wow, it only took one whole round in a very short round to knock off every last one of those realistic castings. Toyota may be back, but the Team Fantasy has completely destroyed them. So yes, if you want to call this a burial, I will sit and say this. What you just witnessed right here was a complete burial of the realistic cars team. So yeah, a lot of you fans of real cars might not be happy about that one. But I guarantee that there will be a rematch somewhere down the line. So until that happens, it's time to end today's weekly race video. And that is all for today's weekly race video. I hope you like this weekly race video. Give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. If you are brand new watching this, be sure you subscribe and also turn on the notifications bell as well. Now before I go, if you must know, if you do follow me on Instagram at ChrisCage2times, you can also check out my IGTV series called Hot Wheels Mini Hauls, or I think it's Hot Wheels Mini Haul, or something like that. It'll be on my profile. Just go look at the IGTV icon, and then you'll see the videos that we posted right over there. So yeah, that just about does it. It's your boy Chris Cage. I'm coming at you 2 times. We will see you at the next video. Thank you all for watching.